While most people are watching charts and price movements, Ripple quietly positioned itself inside the part of the financial system that actually controls how money moves. And once you understand what that system is, it completely changes how you look at XRP. For decades, one of the most powerful yet ignored areas of global finance has been corporate treasury. Every major company relies on treasury teams to manage cash, liquidity, risk, and payments. These teams decide where money sits, when it moves, and how efficiently value flows across borders. Yet despite controlling enormous amounts of capital, the systems they use barely evolved. Most treasury infrastructure still runs on fixed schedules, banking hours, delayed settlement, and pre-funded accounts. Capital gets parked not because it's productive, but because it has to be there just in case. Liquidity sits idle. Payments that should take seconds take days. And companies pay unnecessary fees just to move their own money. Here's the irony. Businesses operate 24/7, global, digital, always on. Treasury systems don't. That gap between how businesses work and how money moves has become one of the biggest hidden inefficiencies in modern finance. And that's exactly the gap Ripple targeted. At first glance, this looked like just another integration, but it wasn't Ripple adding a feature. It was Ripple stepping directly into the control layer of corporate finance. Treasury isn't a flashy platform. It doesn't chase attention. For over 40 years, it's been embedded inside enterprise workflows, managing liquidity, forecasting cash, reconciling accounts, and executing cross-border payments. This is where real decisions happen: payroll, suppliers, FX exposure, risk management. Ripple didn't ask companies to change behavior. It didn't ask treasury teams to learn crypto. It didn't force a new workflow. Instead, it brought real-time digital settlement directly into systems enterprises already trust. Traditional rails when they make sense, blockchain settlement when speed and efficiency matter. No disruption on the surface, massive change underneath. And the scale of this matters. Corporate treasury isn't a niche market. It's measured in trillions. Over $120 trillion move through treasury and payment systems globally. Most of it still flows through infrastructure built decades ago. Ripple didn't enter this space to compete at the surface level. It entered at the infrastructure layer where liquidity is managed before transactions even happen. This is where many people get confused, especially when stable assets enter the conversation. Stable assets solve denomination. They represent value. But they don't solve the hardest problem in global payments: efficient, neutral, on-demand liquidity across currencies and jurisdictions. That's the role XRP was designed for. In this system, stable assets sit at the edges. XRP sits in the middle, bridging, settling, and moving value without friction. One doesn't replace the other. They work together. When you step back, Ripple's strategy becomes clear. Treasury, liquidity, payments, custody, settlement, not separate products, but layers of one system. An always-on infrastructure built for a world that never stops. Institutional adoption doesn't start with belief. It starts with reduced friction. Treasury teams don't care about narratives. They care about efficiency, risk reduction, and control. When blockchain becomes invisible and the benefits are obvious, adoption happens quietly. This is why this moment is different. The biggest changes in finance don't happen with loud headlines. They happen in the plumbing, in the systems that move value before anyone notices. That's where treasury lives. That's where the shift is happening. And once this infrastructure is fully in place, the question won't be whether it works. It'll be why it ever worked any other way.